Hello everyone, welcome to YouTube channel of Civil Panda. This is Ritikesh Gautam and today I am here to inform you that we are going to start MCQ series which is very fruitful for your one-day examinations as well as for prelims, whether it is state PSC or UPSC. So let us begin. Who among the following organized East India Association in London in 1866? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about it. Who among the following organized East India Association in London in 1866? Is it Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Dadabhai Nauroji, Abdul Ghaffar Khan or Lala Hardayar? Your answer is Dadabhai Nauroji. Dadabhai Nauroji started or organized East India Association in London in 1866. Now, next question. When did Simon Commission reached India? These are your options. 2nd February 1928, 3rd February 1928, 13th March 1928 or it is 5th March 1928. Now you all know that Simon Commission received huge backlash from the Indian citizens and all the political parties, whether it is Muslim League, the INC or any other organization. Simon Commission reached India on 3rd February 1928. Now I want you to know about other important facts regarding Simon Commission. That is, Simon Commission was Indian Statutory Commission. It was a group of 7 members of Parliament under the chairmanship of Sir John Simon. Third, it was stipulated under Government of India Act. Government of India Act 1919 में था कि भैया we are implementing this act और 10 साल बाद हमें कैसे कमेटी बना के ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बना के नॉट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कमेटी बना के भेजेंगे in order to know कि काम कैसा चल रहा है, सही चल रहा है कि नहीं चल रहा है, basically to check the functioning of constitutional reforms in India. The Government of India Act 1919 provided for the appointment of such commission to study the constitutional reforms. Of course, ये 10 साल से पहले ही आ गई थी. Act में ऐसा कि 10 साल में आएगी, but पहले आ गई. Why? Because Indians were demanding very radically for the dominion status on the line of British colonies. Simon Commission report suggested the abolition of diarchy. Now, you should know, Government of India Act 1990 introduced diarchy. Diarchy basically means dual rule. It introduced diarchy in the provinces. In 1937, first provincial elections in India took place. As the act stipulated about the new reforms, that it provided for the representative government in the provinces. Now, when did the first election took place? First election in 1937. These are the important points that you should remember while studying Simon Commission. Next. Consider the following with respect to PITS India Act 1784. This act is famously sometimes referred as a correction over Regulating Act of 1773. Now, option 1. It introduced double system of governance. It made Bombay and Madras presidencies subordinate to Bengal. Which of the statements are correct? Is it A only? Is it B only? Both of them are correct or neither A nor B? I'll give you, let's say, 10 seconds to think about it. What is it? The correct answer will be both A and B. Yes, PITS India Act 1784 introduced double system of governance. How? You must have studied, there were 2 things. First, Court of Directors and Board of Control. This act talked about Board of Control to supervise Court of Directors. Apart from giving East India Company the powers to appoint civil services in India, civil servants in India, it majorly supervised all other functions of administration and commerce. So, in a practicality, it established a kind of dual governance. That is why first option is correct. It made Bombay and Madras presidencies subordinate to Bengal. That means it increased the power of Bengal presidency. Yes, it is also correct. I hope this question is clear. This is a very important question. It could be asked. It has been asked multiple times in MPPSC as well. Now, next. Who among the following founded the Voice of India newspaper? See, right now, the MCQ is going very random. At time it is Spits India Act, at a time it is an organization, at time it is a newspaper. So I'm trying to arrange all those important questions in a such a short scenario, one by one, randomly, so that to give you a mental idea that these kinds of questions are going to appear in the exam also. So you should take it seriously and you should try to add value to your preparation. Who among the following founded the Voice of India newspaper? Think. Anand Sen, Shishir Kumar Ghosh, Surendranath Banerjee, or is it Dada Bhai Nauroji? Let me give you a hint. The answer of this question is same as first MCQ. That is to test your memory. What was the first MCQ? The correct answer is Dada Bhai Nauroji. Yes, the same man who established East India Association in London in 1866. Next. Now, you should keep in mind these are the important newspapers, journals, and all the publications that could be asked in your exam, and these are very, very, very important. Again, these are very important, so you should be listening to it very carefully. First is Amrit Bazar Patrika. Amrit Bazar Patrika founded in 1868 by Sisir and Motilal Ghosh. Next, Indian Mirror. Indian Mirror founded by Anand Sen and KCS. Now, what is KCS? If you have studied modern history, and this is a sort of puzzle for you. Now, what is KGS? Yes, KGS. What is KCS? KCS stands for Kesab Chand Sen. Yes. Indian Mirror newspaper was founded by Anand Sen and Kesab Chand Sen. Third, Swadesh Mitram. Now, an important fact that Swadesh Mitram happens to be the first Tamil newspaper which is founded by G. Subramaniam Iyer. Swadesh Mitram was the first Tamil newspaper founded by G. Subramaniam Iyer. Fourth, Samvat Kaumudi. Now, many of you have already guessed Samvat Kaumudi. It was Bengali weekly. You should remember that. It is a Bengali weekly newspaper founded by Ram Mohan Roy in 1819. Now, Miratul Akbar, 1822. These are the two important newspapers that was founded by Raja Ram Mohan Roy. That is Samvat Kaumudi and Miratul Akbar. Fifth, Hindu Patriot. Hindu, as the name suggests, Hindu Patriot was an English weekly. English weekly started by Madhusudan Ray. These are the things. Amrit Bazar Patrika, Shishir and Motilal Ghosh, Indian Mirror, Anand Sen and Keshav Chandra Sen, Swadesh Mitram, first Tamil newspaper, G. Subramaniam Iyer, Samvat Kaumudi and Miratul Akbar, that is Raja Ram Mohan Roy, and Hindu Patriot, English weekly by Madhusudan Ray. Next. I hope I'm not going too fast. Next. Mook Nayak. Mook Nayak was Marathi weekly started by B.R. Ambedkar. That is very important. I'll give it 5 stars. And Jupiter and Pluto, everything else. Star, Jupiter, Pluto, sab laga lo. It's very important. Mook Nayak, Marathi weekly started by B.R. Ambedkar. Second, Bombay Chronicles. It was an English language newspaper started by Firoz Shah Mehta. Bombay Chronicles started by Firoz Shah Mehta was an English newspaper. Third, Rast Goftar. It was a Gujarati newspaper started by Dada Bhai Nauroji again. Now see, there are 3 facts that we witnessed here today in this MCQ. First, East India Association, London, 1866. The Voice of India newspaper, Dada Bhai Nauroji. And one thing more, Raste Goftar, Gujarati newspaper. Next, Vande Mataram. It is an English language newspaper by Aurobindo Ghosh. Vande Mataram was an English language newspaper by Aurobindo Ghosh. Next, Independent. Independent was the name of the newspaper, which is to give message to the world and to the Indians that my newspaper is strictly for the purpose of independence, and you should give us back our independence. So, Independent newspaper by Motilal Nehru. Very important personality as far as modern history is concerned. We are going to look about other MCQs on Nehru report of 1928, in which Motilal Nehru played a very vital role by accepting the challenge from Lord Birkenhead that, hold on, we are capable of making our own constitution. Next. Who among the following became first woman president of Indian National Congress? Who among the following? Now this question may seems very easy for you. क्या sir, क्या question है? ऐसे 2 मिनट में तो बता नहीं, बात वहीं बैठ गई है ना. Listen to me. Who among the following became first woman president of Indian National Congress? Yes, all you might have guessed, Annie Besant. But why this question is here? This question is here so that I can tell you about other things. Annie Besant came to India for the work of Theosophical Society. Theosophical Society. Roughly it was around 1893 when she came to India. I'm not sure, you guys can check. Now Theosophical Society, which is founded by outside India by Madam Blavatsky and O.L. Scott. Next. With this, I'm going to tell you about important sessions of Indian National Congress. That's why the question on the first woman president was there. Keep in mind, this is very important. This is very important. First session. First session was held. Now, you don't have to remember each and every session where it held, who presided. But there are very important, like 10 to 15 sessions that you must remember. Who presided and what was the significance of that session. So, we'll go with it. First session held in Bombay, 1885. Under the presidencyship of W.C. Banerjee. So, if the question comes in any exam, who was the first president of Indian National Congress? It had to be the W.C. Banerjee. Formation of Indian National Congress, 1885, with the help of British East India Company's servant, A.O. Hume. There are various theories about the formation of Indian National Congress, whether it is pressure cooker theory, safety valve theory. These are very interesting topics to read and we'll look upon it when we do main, of course. Second session, held at Calcutta, 1886, under the presidentialship of Dada Bhai Nauroji. Third session, Madras, 1887, Sayyid Badruddin Tayyabji, first Muslim president. Now, top 3 you must remember. First session, Bombay, everyone remembers, W.C. Banerjee. Third session, Badruddin Tayyabji, first Muslim president of Indian National Congress. It happened in Madras. Fourth, held at Allahabad in 1888, presided by George Yule. It is very important, George Yule. In this session at Allahabad, 1888, George Yule became the first English president of Indian National Congress. It is non-Indian, you can say non-Indian president. Now, in this slide, 3 important things. W.C. Banerjee to remember, first president. Then next, Badruddin Tayyabji, first Muslim president, Madras, 1887. George Yule, 1888, Allahabad, first English president. Next. Then, in 1896, Calcutta, presided by Rahimatullah Sayani. What is the significance? The national song Vande Mataram sung for the first time by Rabindranath Tagore. The national song of India, Vande Mataram, was first time was sung by Rabindranath Tagore in this session only. That is Calcutta session, presided by Rahimatullah Sayani. Next, 1901, Calcutta President Dinshaw Ivcha. I don't know how to pronounce it. Dinshaw Ivacha. First time Gandhiji appeared on Congress platform. This is also very important. In Calcutta session 1901, Gandhiji for the first time appeared in the Congress platform. 1906, very important. Again, star Jupiter Pluto. Calcutta, presided by Dada Bhai Nauroji, adopted 4 resolutions on Swaraj, self-government. Indian National Congress declared that the goal of INC is Swaraj, that is self-government. Boycott movement, Swadeshi movement and national education. These are the 4 resolutions, 4 important resolutions that were passed in 1906 Calcutta session. Now, 1907, Surat split, of course, presided by Ras Bihari Ghosh. Split in the Congress, moderate and extremist. Now, you know why there was so much of difference of opinion between moderates and extremists? It is primarily because of their working behavior. Moderates, they considered British as a benevolent ruler, that dayalu hai, मान जाएंगे, समझाएंगे, बात करेंगे तो मान जाएंगे. Extremists, on the other hand, were radical. Their blood boils in a. They say, why you are begging for the freedom? It is our freedom. It is them who are sticking upon it. You should not ask them. Just overthrow it by revolution. There was difference of opinion regarding the work culture. You can say. Now, next. 1917, Calcutta. President Annie Besant, first woman president of Congress, as we see. Now, again, remember, this is very, very, very important. The 1992 session, Gaya session, presided by C.R. Das. What happened here? C.R. Das and other leaders broke away from Indian National Congress. It led to the formation of Swaraj Party. Very, very, very important. After 1922 Gaya session, C.R. Das left the Congress along, of course, Motilal Nehru too left the Congress, and they formed Swaraj Party. 1924, now point to be remembered, only session presided over by Mahatma Gandhi. There's one thing that you need to remember and you must remember. The only session of Indian National Congress that is presided by Mahatma Gandhi was 1924 Belgaum session. Mahatma Gandhi. Is it clear? Let's move to the next. 1927 Madras, President M.A. Ansari passed the resolution against use of Indian troops in China, Iran, Mesopotamia, passed the resolution against boycott of Simon Commission, adoption of resolution on Purna Swaraj. This is very important. 1928 Calcutta session, presided by Motilal Nehru, formation of All India Youth Congress, you must remember that. 1929 Lahore, presided by Jawaharlal Nehru, passed the resolution on Purna Swaraj. Finally, in Lahore session 1929, Congress reiterated again and more firmly this time that yes, the goal of Indian National Congress is Purna Swaraj. Next question. Consider the following statement regarding Vernacular Press Act 1878. It was repealed in 1881 by Lord Lytton. It is directed against both Indian newspaper and foreign papers. Now, which above the options are correct? A only, B only, both, neither one nor two. Now, let me tell you. Media is considered as very powerful. Media, as often you know, the fourth pillar of democracy. Recently, it has been seen that in freedom of press index, the ranking of India's media is decreasing. But you must remember that decrease in the ranking, you must not confuse it with the power of media. The media in India is all powerful, whether it is transparent or, as they say. All right. The answer to this question is neither A nor B. None of the above statements are correct. Why? Yes, because it was Lord Lytton who imposed Vernacular Press Act. It was during the viceroyship of Lord Lytton Vernacular Press Act was passed. Yes, it is correct, first half, that it was repealed in 1881, but not by Lord Lytton, but by Lord Ripon. It is directed against both Indian newspaper and foreign newspaper. No. As the name vernaculars, what are vernaculars? These are the newspaper generals that are to be published in local languages across India, known as vernaculars. So it was not, the act was not directed against any foreign newspapers. Why would they write against the British rule? Of course, the entire historians, whether it's Cambridge or wherever the early historians were there, early writers, all they invest their energy in justifying the colonial rule. So why would they be publishing anything? So it was directed only against Indian newspaper. I hope this is clear. Let's move on to next. Who among the following were members of the Cabinet Mission 1946? Patrick Lawrence, Stafford Cripps, only B, that is only Stafford Cripps, or both A and B? So the answer is, as you already know, both A and B. Sir Patrick Lawrence and Stafford Cripps were part of that mission. Next. Who among the following was first to sign Subsidiary Alliance? Tanjore, Awadh, Hyderabad, Peshwa. The answer to the question is the first to sign Subsidiary Alliance, which is brought by Lord Wellesley, is Hyderabad. Now I'm telling you in a chronological order, you must remember it. Subsidiary Alliance was introduced by Lord Wellesley. Hyderabad was first to sign it 1798, then Mysore, then Tanjore, then Awadh, then Peshwa, Sindhya and Gaikwad. You can remember it is at HMPPSC. HM, homework, tap, water, tap, HM tap. If you remember HM tap, I think it is sufficient for you to answer all the questions. S and G you will remember. Sachin Ganguly, you can say anything about it. HM. Hyderabad, Mysore, Tanjore, Awadh, Peshwa, Sindhya and Gaikwad. This is the chronological order of states accepting the Subsidiary Alliance. Next. When was Bengal Tenancy Act passed? Why this question? This is a very important question. 1888, 1870, 1885, 1875. When was Bengal Tenancy Act passed? You have 5 seconds to think about it. The Bengal Tenancy Act was passed in 1885. This is the correct answer. Next. When was Indian National Army founded? As you know, the idea of Indian National Army, let me tell you something by the time you look at the options. The idea of Indian National Army first conceived by Mohan Singh. He was a soldier trapped by the Japanese. He was a prisoner of war. Where he conceived the idea that why you are wasting us? Why not let's join our forces? When was Indian National Army founded? 1940, 42, 43, 45. Your answer will be 1942. Indian National Army was founded in 1942. In fact, later Subhash Chandra Bose assumed the command of Indian National Army. Let me tell you a very interesting fact. There were 4 brigades in Indian National Army by the name of Gandhi, Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose and Azad. These were the 4 brigades named after these 4. Now, next question. In the context of freedom struggle, when was the Bombay Plan formulated? Before India attained independence, there were multiple talks going on that what kind of economic systems should India look forward, whether it is communist, socialist. Capitalism was not an option given the historical deprivation of Indian masses. So, in the context of freedom struggle, what is the Bombay Plan? When it is formulated? Bombay Plan was, there was a suggestion by the industrialists of that time that we should go for partial nationalization. Government should follow partial nationalization. These were the economic suggestions that were to be given. It was during 1944-45 period. Next question. When did Khilafat movement kick off? When did Khilafat movement started? 20th August 1942, 1st August 1942, 15th August 1940 or 1st August 1940? I'll give you 2 seconds to think about. The correct answer is 1st August 1942. Khilafat movement. It is where in a modern contemporary India we witness the unity among Muslim and Hindu community, where they both came together in order to give support to Khilafat movement and as well as the Indian freedom struggle. Khilafat movement was headed by 2 brothers. They assumed the leadership of Khilafat movement, that is Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali. They assumed the leadership of this movement. I hope this session have contributed to you and in your preparation in a very significant way. I'll carry on with the modern history lecture series and will be bringing second video as well. Thanks for watching. Be connected to Civil Panda. Thanks a lot.